Yes,
if you want people to feel what you feel or feel how you feel, you gotta put yourself in a different perspective.
that's
She got a nigga I ain't quiero. I would burn a tree like a Lasco. Now I'm making music up in Canada. Travis he wanna get a kilo. Travis he got a tune Travis. Never got a feature, need a reload. I was just chilling.
okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Welcome to the interview series where we interview up and coming artists. My name is Jordan Burton, aka Jane. I'm your host today. And to this side, we got Almighty Sko. Hit him up, hit him up. All right, so tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Like what inspires you, or what? Let me be. What genre of music do you do?
Well, to be honest, I like to classify my genre of music as Sko. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever I think about my music, I think about myself. One of the reasons I don't really like that classify my music as hip hop and stuff because I feel as if when people classify hip hop, they think about violence. Which whenever I write my
Yeah,
music, it's a strip of comedy and a strip of however I feeling at that time without
yeah,
violence or like a conversation with myself. What I really need to embed in myself. So that's basically me writing. So people claim it's a hip hop, but I don't really like to claim it as hip hop.
yeah. I see
Yeah,
what you're saying. You're your own music. I fuck with
yeah,
that.
I'm my own music.
Um, all right, let's go with what? Let's go with start you off with a pretty good one. Lead, because we've been boys from time. I want people to know where you're coming from. All right, so boom. What impact does your background have on?
But to be honest, I grew up as a happy child. You feel me? But I grew up as a person who always
Yeah,
like getting off and always talking shit. But at the same time, I could be more of a serious person where I could sit down and be like a counselor or therapist too. So that's basically what I start
yeah,
putting more into my music, or like the like that's basically what I put in my music because I feel as if it's more me. You feel me? Like I feel like whenever I write, whenever I put that my finger on my phone and start typing, like it's just me talking to myself, telling me or like clowning with myself or having a conversation with myself.
yeah. Okay, okay. And what does your background? What does your you have childhood kind of be more in tune with yourself and writing music that represents yourself?
Yeah. As I said, like a lot of people rap about like violence and guns because that's the background they grew up from. I grew up in a house with
Yeah,
my mom, just my mom as a single parent and her best friend and live inside this like we live inside one house or whatever. I grew up a happy child. I grew up like I was free to talk, free to say stuff, but at the same time my mom was the same way. She made a lot of jokes and she got like serious down to the nitty gritty. I feel as if I make music based off of how my childhood was, especially being an only child. Like like when kids play with their toys and they just mimic what they hear. Basically,
yeah, yeah,
my music basically, like when I write my serious music, it's a reflection of the stuff that my mom would spew at me. Whenever I make my comedy music, it's
yeah.
just stuff that I just was ranting or just wanted to feel like saying because I feel like I have ADHD and I get blurt stuff out sometimes. So I put that in the music.
I love that. All right, sick. All right, then what does your music creation process look like?
To be honest, in it depends on the day. It really depends on the day. If I in studio already and I gotta make something right there, then I feel like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
instrumental talks to me like way more than it usually does. Sometimes I'd be sitting down for days on songs and can't really get that creative process in my mind. I'd be mind blocked. But my creative process consists of me just if I get mind blocked, I just doing my exercises, thinking or sitting down. Like a few love songs that I write, I think about like the shit I would say to my girl. The
yeah,
comedy
yeah, yeah,
songs that I write, yeah. So I would sit down and I put myself in that position. I don't know if you remember when we was in poetry and residency
yeah,
when they was telling us, hey, sometimes you gotta sit down and put yourself in that position, even if you ain't in that position.
yes.
If you want people to feel what you feel or feel how you feel, you gotta put yourself in a different perspective.
That's 100% true because that's the only way you could really channel that energy.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever I get my mind blocked, whenever I need to write a song, whenever I need that creative process, and I can't get it for myself because I feel like as a computer whenever I'm ready.
Yeah.
But whenever I need to get my creative process going, I sit down, I think, about the scenarios of which I want my song direction to go.
Nice,
and
nice.
then I put it into words.
I love that, man. Love that. Love that. That's actually pretty dope stuff. Okay, let me hit you with the next one. Who is music for? Who is your target audience? For
Not my kids. Not my kids at all. Because I feel like I just say shit. And the thing is, I feel as if my music would depending on the song, as I say, like depending on the song too. Depending on the song. I feel like my music could resonate with everybody. But at the same time, some of my songs wouldn't, because some of my songs just get off songs, like clowning songs, whereas it would go to a younger demographic. And I personally would love for my media to listen to the majority of my songs, but I feel like sometimes whenever I get too emotional writing or whatever, I start to curse. And yeah. She ain't even watched my last performance yet.
Yeah?
Yeah, I give a snippet.
Yeah.
I give a snippet, but I curse in some of them songs. So
yeah. I know. Even no matter how old you get, you still gotta have love and respect for mom still. Like,
yeah, and she was like, "Send me the videos. I know you got some good videos or whatever. Let me see them." I was like, "Okay," and I just edit some.
Yeah, you have to crop it out.
Yeah. She think I got like a 10-second video. That's 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
7 minutes. She got like 10 seconds out of that. 9 seconds left.
Yeah. Speaking of which, actually, like, you wouldn't let your kids listen to me, but I want to know. I thought about it. It's Father's Day today that we're recording this on, so happy Father's Day to you. And with that comes this question: what do your kids think of your music, if they've heard it? What do you want them to understand?
My kids listen to my music. My oldest son, I feel as if whenever he hear my songs without the actual music video, because I have a music video out for Irie. Most of the time he catch my voice. They love my songs. Majority you would catch them like dancing to my songs or whatever. If he see Irie, if we scroll on YouTube and he see Irie posted up, that's what he want to listen to. You feel me?
Nice.
He'd be like, "Play Daddy, that's Daddy," and they get to listen to my song. And because he's older, I guess he know my voice more than my youngest son. But both of them really love my music. I just don't feel as if I feel as if they should listen to me when they get older. Yeah,
of course. Yeah. It's appropriate.
But I feel as if with that being said, I don't digress on what I say, but I feel as if most of my music I really talk like a lot of serious stuff too. With if there was like a little, like when they reach about 10 or something, they probably might hear it and listen to the words and understand some of the words, but not understand fully to say, okay, yeah, he talking about getting his shit together and gotta pay your bills and not like that, like but like I
understand.
Yeah.
That's sick. All right, well, that leads me to this. What have been your biggest challenges, and how have you overcome them musically?
One of my biggest challenges was the move from the Bahamas to the States.
Shout out to 242.
Yeah, shout out to the 242, still Nassau all the way. But I think that was one of the biggest. It felt like a crisis to me. It was a really big change, and I feel like it empowered me musically because around the time I was staying with people, and it gave me more push to actually write my songs. The situation I was in, how I was trying to get up with the situation. I want to get some more money. I want to promote my music. I was writing all these in songs, and a lot of the songs that I wrote around that time are songs that I still recording up to now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because it was about a year. It was about a year of me staying with someone, and then when I got my own place, I was like more settled and more structured, and majority of the songs that I got in archive, those are the ones that I was writing around that time. Like it's hard for me to write songs right now. Not hard for me to write songs, but it's hard for me to say, let me go back to write a new song sometimes when I know I got all this ammo loaded from all all the hurt and all the pain that I was going through when I just moved to the States, all the stuff that I was going through, all you know.
Okay, so movie really impacted your music, like more than
Yeah, like any change is good sometimes, you know. But when it's a major change, sometimes I feel like we ain't ready for it. And then when the change and process start going slowly, you feel as if shit ain't happening. But
yeah.
eventually I got my shit pulled all the way together. And like, yeah.
That's where we are right now, baby.
No,
All
for
right.
real.
All right. So boom now. I've been hearing Lil Birdie tell me like you guys some collaborations. What was it like collaborating with Lil?
Well, like, tell you no lies. When I collaborated with Lil Meech, he had my streamings going up by a lot more than I went, like a lot more than I thought it would have been.
Yeah.
Um, he collab like he was, and to be honest, he was really down to earth. He was one of them persons who you know is a celebrity, but you wouldn't expect them to be, you know, as listening as yeah,
Okay.
and he gave me that comfortability, whereas I gave some people the opportunities to try collaborating with him too.
Yeah.
For we spoke, we spoke like a few months ago. If we decided to do some things together, he helped me the best that he could around that time. I haven't spoken to him like in a few months, but
Yeah.
he impacted my music on from my YouTube and my Spotify greatly, like with numbers, way more numbers than I was really expecting. Yeah, and it wasn't to say like it was big numbers, like how I wish I was like his level, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't that much numbers, but it still was a good amount of numbers. You like me and you even spoke. You said, "Oh yeah, you saw it. I was on like I was my 1,000 and something monthly
Yeah.
at one
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
2,000." And then I told you like at one point it was like 3,000 too, like monthly listeners, and I never had that on Spotify.
That's
So
sick.
for him, I'm really grateful for that.
That's sick, man. I love that. I love that. I love that. Shout out Lil Meech, man.
No,
Facts.
for real.
Who do you plan on working with in the future, artist wise and producer wise?
Right now, me and my producer on the works of like making like a new mixtape.
Yeah.
My producer is Hyper. He make a majority of my beats. I want to do a song with Jansky too. We got something in the works as well. We might put out soon. But
And that's another Bahamian artist.
yeah, Jansky is another Bahamian artist. He me on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Me and him grew up together. We knew each other for years. So me and him need something together. He got some good music out. We needed to be on something together. Me and Hyper been working together. My producer Hyper, we've been working together for like a few years. He on majority of my tapes. We about to drop a mixtape soon.
Right.
This mixtape we about to drop. This one more labeled up with him. But
Yeah.
right afterwards, we were trying to do something more dedication to Sydney Poitier in music
I
sense.
I
Knowing
love
because I
that.
respect Sydney.
I love
Yeah,
that.
Sydney Poitier, I respect him so much as an artist, like as an artist. What he do inside his acting, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I wanted to pay tribute to that. For some reason, I just loved Sydney Poitier when I was young. I used to be an actor too, so I guess that probably where that stemmed from.
That's
You
deep.
know,
Deep. Yeah.
and one of the first shows I ever done was a readaptation of Raisin in the Sun by
Yeah.
Patrice Francis. Right, Patrice Francis made a readaptation. I was actually that was one of the first shows I was actually in, and
Good.
I think that really possessed me to really wanted to do something more in tribute of Sidney Poitier.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So the
All right.
second album coming up after this one will
Yeah.
be Sidney Poitier.
I love that. I love that,
Yeah.
man. I can't wait to see what you come up with as far as paying homage to that guy. Still, he's actually a really solid dude.
No, for real. And
Yeah.
I possibly might start jump back in on acting in a minute soon. I got
Yeah.
like a lot of people who I have a lot of people doing like different works, like doing skits, and I have like a lot of people who still doing music and a lot of people who I have doing like content creating right now.
Yes. Yes.
I wanted them to start so we could build me the drive so I can start back my acting with them.
I know. I know those ones. The inspiration just keep flowing. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna hit you with the last one out. I'm gonna hit you on the last one out for your fans. Why change your name now? Now I know you from Ghana. You've been through how many names? Like 4 different names now.
Yeah, about 4 or 5.
4 or 5 different names. So talk to me about like your name changes, why the name changes, and why you sticking with the name you got now.
Well, you know, from when we was in school, like I mentioned earlier, from when we was in school, I was doing music. Around that time, everybody knew me as Sky Burrows. That was
Yeah.
my artist name. But what I realized was that name too light skin, and as a dark skin nigga, I need, you know, yeah. And as I said earlier too, like my transition from my music from around that time had to be just like I wanted a different description. I
Yeah.
couldn't be a Sky Boris coming out of school still making the same type of music, like
Yeah.
knowing that I wasn't going to be making the same type of music. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I went from Sakosha. Every name what I have right now is an adaptation of Sakosha. Because Sakosha was my first name change after Sky Boris. Sakosha was the first name change that I had.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
and then I went from Sakosha to Almighty Sko, then from Almighty Sko to Sko to Goat, then from Sko to Goat to Sko Mail, then from Sko Mail to Skozy, then from Skozy back to Almighty Sko. But I
Damn.
feel as if it was just a creative process thing, whereas I felt as if I still needed to find myself in music, whereas I was more
Yes.
comfortable in my name.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because each name when I changed, I still felt like it wasn't for me. And the reason I wanted to change from Almighty Sko to originally, even though I loved the name, was because I felt like it was too common.
Yeah.
I felt like having Almighty in front of your name was too common. But
Yeah.
after a while, I was like, you know what? I don't care. If I comment, if the name is common, I won't be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts. Facts. I love that. I love that. All right. So on my goal it is.
Yeah.
Now, if you change it now, we can need a next interview. That's how it could go.
I can be a whole different nigga.
Whole different dude comes up. Like,
No, for real.
Yeah, man. Anyway, it's been Almighty Sko. Hold on, let me get it. Been Almighty Sko over here, guys. That's all the time we have for today. Can't wait to see what the project brings out. Can't wait to see your music back on Spotify so we could all follow you and hear it out. And yeah, man, enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Father's Day again. Pick up you and the children. And all love, bro.
Appreciate it, dog.
All right, sir.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.
They give you love from all, we broke apart from all, they give you dust for life.